Welcome to Lawrenceburg Almost Live. My name is Tia Chilton, and as you can see, this is not Tiffany this week. This is one of my besties, Denise Myers. She is joining us as a guest co-host this week because Tiffany is preparing for a big trial tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So she's working, and so I texted Denise earlier in a frantic and was like, I need you. And she was like, okay. So here she is. So the common thing that Denise has, you and Tiffany have lots of things in common.
We do.
They're both from Anderson County.
Yes.
They both come from large families.
Yes.
Denise has a son who plays baseball, so you've spent a lot of time.
That's right.
On the baseball field, and we'll talk about Mr. Bennett here in a minute. And as usual, Tiffany's always dressed up. Denise dresses up every day, and so she's way overdressed, and I'm in my normal shorts and t-shirts like y'all see me every
You
week.
may not know this, but we're actually related.
Who? Us?
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Through the Chiltons.
But it's way
Yes,
down.
my grandmother and her grandmother are first cousins.
Her grandmother on the Chilton side?
Corrine.
No, she married into the Chiltons.
Right,
So you and
right.
Tiffany are
Yes,
related.
yes.
I gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I gotcha. So Denise, maiden name was Dennis.
Yes.
So your mama and daddy are Ralph and Nancy Dennis.
Yes.
And her grandmother is Norma Dennis.
Who has Norma's on 127. It's a little collectible antique place.
And Cactus.
And Cactus.
There's Cactus out front. And so she's married to James. James teaches at Franklin County High School. And their son Bennett goes to Franklin County High School. But
Started today.
Yes, but they live here in Lawrenceburg.
Right.
Right. He just goes to school down there.
Right.
So little Mr. Bennett is quite the baseball player. So we've been
Yes.
keeping up with him since he was little. But now he plays for Franklin County High School.
He does.
And he also plays for Kentucky Baseball Club.
That's right.
And he just made 4th year. Tell me the title, because I know it's a big, long title.
Prep Baseball Report is who keeps up with all of the recruiting profiles and everything, and they chose a team of up-and-coming future players, and they put him on a team to represent Kentucky. So he played in the Futures games last week in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So he was with kids all across Kentucky on a team.
He's kind of a big deal. She won't tell you that, but I'll tell you that. He's kind of a big deal. So we'll be sure to watch for Bennett as he gets a little older.
There you go.
So Denise works for Bluegrass Energy. She is their marketing and media person.
Right.
I know you have a big official title that sounds official and nobody knows what it means when she says, what's your official title?
Energy Solutions Manager, but basically I'm the Media and Public Relations Manager.
Yeah. So she's used to doing TV shows and all this fancy stuff. When you call their number, you hear her voice on there.
It's always startling to hear yourself on the on-hold message.
Well, it's not for me because I'm used to it. And so when they have guest appearances on TV shows, Denise is one that does that. You make their commercials and all that. So she's used to all that. So, Tiffany and I just come in here, we just wing this. So when we were prepping for this, she was all freaked out and I was like, it ain't that kind. There's my earring that I thought might was
Wardrobe
gonna survive.
malfunction.
Yeah, wardrobe malfunction. I thought it might survive through the broadcast. Apparently not. So Tiffany and I just kind of winged this, and she was all freaked out because, she's always prepared, and I'm like, it ain't that kind of show. It ain't that kind of show, Denise. We're very informal, which is why I wear t-shirts, because you know me well enough to know that I'm very informal. I'm not, So we're just going to wing it. I mean, we talked about a few things, and we've got our notes and stuff, but I gotta get her to loosen up a little bit because she's not normally this uptight.
I only had like 40 minutes notice.
Sometimes that's better because you don't have a chance to freak out about
Right,
it.
well, that's true. That's
right?
true. That's right.
So, and Tiffany, by the way, has already said thank you very much for filling in for her.
Happy to do it.
And I told her that she owes you one.
There you go.
So, hi Tiffany. So today's Wednesday. We won't air until Thursday, and so Tiffany will see it, of course, on Thursday when we see it, and by then her trial will be over with. So I'll be with her tomorrow at her trial. So we've had a few trials together here lately, and so it'll be interesting to see the outcome. So we won't talk about that because that's her purview. So let's talk about the newspaper.
Okay.
All right. So I know that you I'm gonna let you talk about the little
Okay.
special delivery on the top of the newspaper.
Well, what a catchy headline.
That's right.
Special delivery is what it is. And evidently, a mom went into labor and could not make it to the hospital. So,
Every woman's nightmare.
exactly. They made it to in front of the Bluegrass Airport, and the poor mom, she delivered right there in the car. So the dad had to help her, and he was telling her, "Don't have this baby in the car."
It don't work like that, man.
And she did.
It don't work like that. You can't cross your legs.
That's right.
That's not gonna happen.
So
Doesn't work.
they ended up making it to the hospital, and the emergency room nurses, they came out into the
To the truck. To the
and
parking lot.
yes, and they cut the umbilical cord. So mom and baby are perfect, and they're already home. So what an exciting story about how you arrive.
Yeah, so they are, is it Cecilia?
Cecilia Goen.
Her husband Bobby, and their newborn is William Jonathan, and he has a cute little sister. I forget what her name is, but her picture's over here on this other page, and her name is Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So she's got a new baby brother. So congratulations, Cecilia. I'm so sorry that you have to go through all that, because there ain't nothing worse. First of all, there ain't nothing worse than trying to have a child. But second of all, you talk about modesty. You lose all modesty in those
That's
kind
right.
of situations,
Absolutely.
especially on the side of the road in a truck.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's not good. So we're sorry, but we're glad the baby's good.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations on your newborn. Okay, so apparently we were going to get a cell tower on Tracy Road,
Right.
and we are not going to get that
Evidently not.
cell tower now. AT&T had plans to do that, and one of the neighbors were opposing it, I guess, because they didn't like the location of it.
Right. They, I guess it was unsightly was their concern, being close to their home, and I think they took out a pretty large ad last week to try to
Yeah.
express their concerns. So evidently AT&T heard them.
Yes, apparently it worked. So Tracy Road is way out. It's off 395. I had to look it up. I was like, I should know where Tracy Road is, but I don't know where that is. So if y'all not getting very good internet service and cell phone
coverage.
service out there, sorry. I live here close to town and I have crappy internet service, so I'm just saying.
You know, we live just about a mile down 44, and we have the cable folks, and they're pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we only have one choice up there, but I did find out we have a second choice. So we're going to be, because we currently have AT&T for our internet right now, because Spectrum had lost their mind when we tried to get internet from them in Forest Hill, y'all. I mean, it's not like it's 1.8 miles from where we're sitting right now to my house, and that's as the road goes. That's not as the crow flies. So we're just outside the city limits, and Spectrum lost their mind. They wanted $23,000. Actually, a little over $23,000. Yes, I said $23,000
Yikes.
for us to get internet. So we went with AT&T, and it's crappy. And so, but I found out that Blue Zoom services
Oh,
our
okay.
area, so I'm going to be looking into that.
Cool.
So,
Well, I hope it works out.
yeah. So apparently they already cover that, but I was like, no. Speaking of cable, so our show now is going to be on cable channel 6 here for you Anderson County residents. Channel 6, we've been doing this for months. Where y'all been? We're glad y'all just now joining us, but we've been doing this since what, February, Mr. Producer? It's August, and they just now figured out that we exist and how wonderful we are, and
And it's going to start this week. Is that right?
but we don't know when. We don't know when it's going to air, right? And I don't have Lawrenceburg cable through Spectrum. Do we know? Obviously, it's channel 6, right? And that's just all local airing kind of stuff. So I guess it'll be called the Lawrenceburg channel on there. Lawrenceburg Almost Live. Lawrenceburg Almost Live. Yes, Mr. Producer shaking his head. He's been abnormally quiet today. I don't know why. He's afraid he's going to get picked up on that microphone.
He's tired.
Yes, he ain't got no reason to be tired. He said he ain't done nothing all day. I just throwed him under the bus. My sister-in-law Vicky's like, I knew it. I knew he didn't do nothing all day today. Okay, so we had two. This story makes me sad.
It's heartbreaking.
And I didn't know either one of these young men, but we had two Lawrenceburg men who were killed in a wreck over
It's
the
just
weekend
heartbreaking.
in Woodford County.
I mean, as a parent, that is just one of your greatest fears.
Yes, they were both 20 years old,
Yeah.
Spencer Hopkins and Dylan Boone, and they're handsome young men. and they were in a car wreck, and there was a girl that was in a car wreck, and she's still in the hospital, I think, kind of fighting for her life. And I know that Spencer's mother, Christy, works here at the health department.
Oh.
So I do know that connection because she
Yeah.
works with my sister-in-law. So I'm sorry for your all's loss.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Our condolences to your
So
families.
sad.
Yes.
I see Tommy Yankees on the front page. Do you know Tommy?
I know who he is, but I don't know him. Like I know he's the extension agent.
He's a rock star in the
is
farming
he?
world. Yes,
Oh,
he
yes,
is.
yes, okay.
I'm actually on the Anderson District Board.
Well, of course you are.
And I've gotten to know Tommy over the last couple of years, and it is amazing what he has done for our farming community. I mean, he has gotten published in national magazines. He's increased all these birth weights and crop yields, and I mean, he is truly an asset to Anderson County.
So we don't know how big of a deal he is.
Yes,
do we?
he's a big deal.
So we need to be thanking him.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Mr. Yankee.
Yes.
The article I did read through. I breezed through it. I didn't spend a lot of time, but it's talking about a weed that's showed up. It had just been in Western Kentucky before, and now it showed up in Anderson County, and it's resistance to Roundup.
Oh,
and so
no.
that's what they're concerned about. Probably like kudzu, because you can't get rid of that stuff.
As a utility person, just let me say we hate creeping vines and weeds.
Yes. Yeah, this is not a vine, but it's some kind of weed. It's called a water hemp, a species of weed resistance to Roundup.
Right. We had an outage a few weeks ago that it was like a kudzu vine had grown all the way up the pole and around the transformer and down the lines, and I mean it just got so thick it just caused the fuse to blow. So we had to go up and basically clear all that out.
Cut all that up before you
Yeah,
fix it.
so if you ever wonder why your power goes out on a pretty day, that could be why.
Because it's got some.
The kudzu got it.
Yeah. It's a kudzu's fault.
Right.
Kudzu looks pretty on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
But you can't get
That's
rid of
right.
that stuff. Okay, so let's talk about the grant that
Oh, yeah.
the city of Lawrenceburg was granted, the 911 center here. They actually dispatch for the police department, the sheriff's office, for us, and for the ambulance and fire. And so they got a grant. The grant is for around $6,400. And it is going to allow them to send text messages to 911.
Right. Yep.
And sometimes people, those of you who particularly don't text, I used to, when text messaging first came out, I thought,
Why would anybody do that?
right, why would anybody do that? And now I'm like, just send me a text
Yeah, just
message.
send me, don't call me. Just text me.
Right. Now, if it's going to be a whole conversation,
Right.
I would just rather have the whole
Right.
conversation. But text messages are good, particularly for me when I'm at work, because
Okay.
I can't answer the phone,
Yeah.
but I can answer a text message because
Right.
I just turn my phone on silent. So that works really well. And if you're in some kind of crisis situation where you have to be quiet,
Mm-hmm.
so for instance, heaven forbid we have some kind of school shooter situation, one of the things that we teach people is to silence their phones so that they don't make any kind of noise. Well, obviously, even if your phone is silenced and you have to call 911 and tell them that there's a shooter,
Right.
you're still going to have to talk.
Right.
Well, if you're texting, you don't have to do that, and there's no sound to be made. So that's a perfect example of why that's very important for our community. So there, what else? We had some other stuff in here. I know you want to talk about this.
Yes.
So Mayor Sandy Goodlett said there remain openings on the Board of Zoning Adjustments and the nuisance boards, and is looking for anyone willing to serve. I would assume that you have to be
Probably in the county or city. I'm sorry.
you have to be a city resident.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that, but I'm assuming since it's the city and because it's the mayor saying that you would have to be
Right.
a city resident, of which I am not.
This article also talks about their keeping the property taxes flat this year.
Oh, yay.
But they're anticipating it to bring a little bit more revenue in because of the property assessments actually went up. So we didn't really grow much,
Okay.
but the value got bigger. So they voted to keep the tax rate flat.
Oh, yeah, it says it's going to make about $22,000 more than what we had the previous
That's
year.
right.
Okay. Hey, I'm all for my taxes not going up, especially
Yeah,
since I've
right.
just built a house. So fortunately, it won't be reassessed again for at least 3 years. So maybe,
That's right.
maybe we'll be all good. Okay.
Let's talk about the library.
You talk about it because that's your thing.
Yes, I was
You're
so
excited
excited
about
to hear
it.
this. I actually found out from the Chamber of Commerce on their Facebook page. They helped the library make this announcement, but they have started what's called a maker space, and it's a very high-tech, state-of-the-art recording studio. And you think, well, what's that mean? Well, as a PR person for a company here, I cannot wait to take advantage of that and do maybe some
So maybe that's where we should be doing our shows.
tutorial videos.
Mr. Producer's like, oh, you got his perked his interest.
That's right. I mean, for us, there's just unlimited possibilities. So I'm excited about that. And I think other businesses, you know, we have a lot of smaller businesses now, especially here on Main Street, and that would be a great way for them to do some promo videos to use on social media. So I think it's really going to be a big asset.
Yeah, it says anybody can use it, right?
Yes, anybody can use it, but I think you have to have like a pre-certification and kind of go through a little bit of training before they'll
So you don't
turn
tear
in
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got like in-studio microphones and lighting and cameras and backgrounds.
It says it's located in the main library foyer in an enclosed glass area.
Yeah.
The equipment's already set up, includes lights, backdrops, cameras, and microphones to create short videos or still photos.
That's right.
Cool.
You know, it would be a cool thing to do that. People are like, well, how would I use it? I'm just a local, you know, I'm not affiliated with the business. I would like to take my grandmother and just sit her down and just talk to her. And just
say that?
record, you know, a high quality recording where you can hear what she's saying and just her to talk about
I have that forever.
history, our family history. So
Especially for when Mr. Bennett gets older.
that's right. So everybody can use it.
Cool. Okay. All right. See, she knows more about it than I do. Okay, I hate this newspaper. I don't think. Oh, did want to give a shout out to my buddy and my coworker, Deputy Jamie Dunn. He works for the sheriff's office. He received the 2017 Governor's Award for Occupant Protection. So 2017 obviously was last year, but they don't do the awards until July of the next year because they have to wait for all of the statistics and everything come in. But the occupant protection is your seatbelt. So he was represented our office well in the last year, and so I believe.
So if you see him out and about,
Yes.
congratulate him.
Tell
That's a
him,
great honor.
Good job, Jamie.
That's right.
All right, so you know what's going to happen this Friday night, right?
Yes.
Football season is here.
That's right.
So Anderson County football, the very first game is this Friday night at 7:30. It's at home, so here at the high school. We're going to be playing Clark County. And so they got this cute little football preview 2019. And so I want y'all to look on this picture right here. Now, my little cousin, granted I realize he's not little because he's a senior now, but he's right here. Little Mr. Aaron Chilton, okay? He had this big head of hair until about 2 weeks or so ago.
She didn't even know who it was.
And his aunt it's Tasha, his aunt cut his hair. And when he cut his hair, he looks a lot like his older brother. Andrew, who also played football and has now graduated, and we even commented on Facebook how we weren't expecting that. We were like, oh, it looks like Andrew. But he is so handsome with his haircut, I didn't even realize it was him. I looked at that picture and I was like, oh, okay, those are seniors. And I didn't think about him being a senior, and I flipped it over and I was reading the names of the seniors on the cover, and I went, oh, Aaron. And I looked back and I was like, oh, that is Aaron. So he looks so cute.
I'm sure he's going to be thrilled.
I'm sure he's going to be mortified.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Sorry.
I don't care. I'm going to stage my life for, I don't care.
So, who are they going to play?
Clark County.
Clark
I said
County.
that
Okay,
while
that's
ago.
right, I'm sorry.
Come on, see, she was
sorry.
already thinking about the next thing
I was
she
already on the
gonna
next
do.
thing I was going to say.
Yeah, and she wasn't listening to me. That's okay. Tiffany does that to me every week.
You did say we were alike.
Yes. Yeah, she does that to me
Gotcha.
every week. So, good luck to the boys.
That's right.
I have plans to go, but I'm not going to sit in the rain. I'm sorry. So I have Aaron as my little cousin. He's a senior, and my nephew Huntley is a sophomore, and they both play football.
That's right.
And of course, I know lots of the other boys that play football. And I love y'all. I'm not willing to sit in the rain, just not, because there's no way to get out of the rain in a football game.
It's true.
There's just not. And so I'll just find out about it if it's raining. And I just won't go. I'll stay at home. So.
Well, let's go on and talk about, it's that time of year again, the best of Lawrenceburg. So there's all kinds of categories, and
Do they have a category for us? Best television show?
Maybe
Best
next year,
social
right?
media? Hey,
Yeah,
Ben
don't
Carlson, you need to get on that. We need this. I need to win this category. You need to put this on the ballot.
So it's just all kinds of general stuff like the best hot dog, who has the best hamburger, the best place to take out-of-town guest,
But it's got business stuff too.
Best customer service business. Bluegrass Energy is a great choice for that. We really work hard to serve our members. That's right.
Little plug for BGE
That's
there.
right. So if you don't know who to vote for, I'm just making a suggestion there.
And they got best bank, best gift shop, best
That's
florist. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on there.
You know, and as a business person in the community, I will say this means something when you receive
Absolutely.
it. If you
It's
win
bragging
it.
rights.
That's right. So, I mean, you hang the little plaque up in your office and everything. So just don't think this is something silly. This is truly.
I don't know that you can see it behind us, but we are back at the Off the Ground Coffee House this week. In case I just assumed that y'all recognize the decor. But right over Denise's shoulder is the Off the Ground Best Coffee Award for 2017, best of from the Anderson
That's right.
News last year. So she'll be looking to hopefully get that again this year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's got it prominently displayed right here in her
You
in her
have
business.
until Friday, August the 31st at noon. You can vote online at theandersonnews.com.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's talk about. There's only one couple of things in the sports section that I want to tell you about. These two young men, Jacob Wallace. He finished third in the elementary school division of the National Archery in the Schools Program International Bow Hunting Organization World Outdoor 3D Challenge held in Snowshoe, Montana, West Virginia.
Good for Jacob.
Okay.
That's awesome.
You can't get that on a plaque.
That's right.
Because that's way too much information. So congratulations, Jacob. And then middle schooler Michael Bishop finished 10th in the middle school 3D challenge.
You know, archery has really
Anderson County's
exploded.
huge. Well, Anderson County's huge. They have a really good archery program.
Right, they have, and I mean, obviously, when we were kids, it was unheard of.
Right.
So, you know,
I know that all of the elementary schools have an archery team, the middle school, and I know that they've all done really well, and I know that they compete really well, and there's
right.
banners hanging in the schools for them. So obviously, whoever's teaching those kids know what they're
Good
doing
job.
because they're doing an excellent job. So congratulations, boys. I don't know either one of those young men, but congratulations. God's First soccer registration. If your kid is interested in playing soccer, the registrations will be at the Lawrenceburg United Methodist Church. This Thursday, August the 16th from 5:30 to 7, and Saturday, August the 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's for boys and girls ages 3 to 12. Players age 4 to 12 will go through a 20-minute draft evaluation. The cost is $45 per player and $40 for each sibling, and that's on Carlton Drive if you don't know where the Lawrenceburg United Methodist is.
it also looks like the Anderson News is looking for some help for a sports photographer.
Yes.
So if you're interested in photography and love sports, you may want to contact them at the Anderson News.
Right. And you can always submit, if you have a child like Jacob Wallace and Michael Bishop, this picture that's on here, I don't know if they submitted it or if his parents, I'm assuming they probably
they did.
Yep. So you can always submit that to the paper, and they always put a nice picture in there. So.
And just a note, the higher resolution it is, the better it shows up in the paper.
Yes. And it looks great. It's in color. So, all right. So I think that's all in that. What you got over there?
Okay, we've got some information about wreaths across America, and actually I'm familiar with that because
Well, tell us about it, because I don't know what that is.
Bluegrass Energy made a donation to them this year, and what it is they are raising money to buy wreaths to put on national cemetery stones. So our donation went to Camp Nelson.
Okay.
And it looks like that. I believe it's Miss Shirley Thornberry with American Legion. She's trying to help raise funds for wreaths across America, and we always check into the organizations that we donate money
Sure.
to. We want to make sure that they're upstanding and they're going along with our purpose of serving our members. And so they're a legit company, and we were proud to be able to sponsor.
Now, speaking
some
of our
those wreaths.
veterans,
Yes.
I know that we have the honor flight
Yes,
coming up. Tell
honor
us about
flight.
the honor flight.
This will be our, I think, 7th year. We are sponsoring an honor flight. It's September the 22nd. It will leave out of Lexington. And for those of you not familiar with honor flight, it was originally established to take World War II veterans to see their memorial in Washington. And it started out, 6 pilots flew several planes with just men that were World War II veterans. And it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And now there are actually national chapters. It's huge.
That are doing this.
That's right. So what it is, we'll charter a whole flight. Bluegrass Energy, along with 16 other electric co-ops, we're all Touchstone Energy cooperatives. We go together and we sponsor this flight. And we're sending...
You already know who it is, right?
Yeah, we do. We have a gentleman from Richmond and a gentleman from Nicholasville.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because I know in the past we've had some Lawrenceburg residents. I know that June Gritton.
Yes, he went last year.
Yes.
So it was amazing. I was actually on that trip.
Yes.
So if you know a veteran who would like to go see their memorial, have them go to Honor Flight's website. It's Honor Flight Kentucky, and they can apply right there. So we encourage everybody to come to their welcome home ceremony, and it'll be about 8 o'clock on September the 22nd at Bluegrass Airport, and it's basically just celebrating the veterans and welcoming them home.
I've been there.
Yes.
With
That's right.
Bluegrass Energy, and so we have flags, and we clap
Yes.
for them, and we congratulate them, and it's great. And these men are always so touched by all this because some of them came home and they didn't get that kind of reception.
Well, last year we had Daryl Waterfall, who was from
Salvisa.
Harrisburg.
Yeah, he's from Salvisa.
And
Graduated high school with his daughter Leanne.
He was a Vietnam veteran, and he has shared with me so many times. He was brought to tears after that welcome home ceremony because he said, this is the welcome home I never got.
Right, absolutely.
And it truly means the world to him. And the more people that are there, the better it is. So if you have any questions, just call and ask for Denise at Bluegrass Energy. I'll tell you all about it.
All right, so we got that. That was it, right? Oh, no. Oh, here, talk about your friend.
Oh, you're getting old when you see your classmates, your friends' children in the paper. But my friend Lisa Gritton, who I went to high school with,
She's a teacher.
She's a teacher, Miss Snyder. Her daughter Brooke made it on the dean's list at Transylvania. So good job, Brooke.
Where is Lisa? Is she at
I think she's at
ECC?
she was at Turner.
Was she at Turner? Okay. Okay. I can't remember.
Sure she
Okay.
is.
So congratulations,
Good
Brooke.
job.
All right, so we got that taken care of. Now let's talk about these real quick because we're about to run out of time, and then we're going to get let Denise tell us. We're going to do, instead of a law tip today, we're going to do an energy tip today. So this Saturday, August 18th, Walmart is having their 35th anniversary.
Can you believe they've been here that long?
I know, in Lawrenceburg for 35 years, right?
That's right.
And so their celebration starts at 10 o'clock. They're going to have special speakers. They're also going to have music and entertainment throughout the day. They're going to have a food tent. They have giveaways every hour. And then the proceeds will be donated to the Miracle Children's Network. So, all right, we have got the Anderson County Farmers Market. They're, oh my gosh, what the heck's it's called? The Farm to Fork Dinner.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what it's called, and I'm having a brain bubble. I'm having a senior moment. Okay, so it is Saturday, August the 25th at the Old Depot at 7 o'clock. Tickets are only $30 per person, and they do have sponsorships, but I think the sponsorship time is already passed for that. So, talk about that.
Yes. Did y'all know we have Anderson County Soil Conservation Office, and they are looking for new members for their junior conservation board. And this is open to kids between 8th grade and 12th grade. And they have activities that enhance our local resources. So if you have a child who'd like to get involved and help their community, have them contact Miss Beverly at the Anderson County Soil Conservation Office.
That is out by Kroger.
That's right.
And the first meeting is September the 5th.
Yes, September the 5th.
Okay, so I voted for Anderson Tourism this week. I saw it on Facebook. We had Kendall Clinton here, our tourism director, on the show a couple of weeks ago. And the Beautify the Bluegrass is actually America in Bloom.
Yes.
Did out in front of the tourism building.
Yes. So they're actually in a contest.
Yes.
For the best.
Yes,
best
that's
one.
what I voted for. Yeah.
So go to KentuckyLiving.com, find the contest, and please vote for the Lawrenceburg Anderson County Tourism.
Yes. And if you can't, even if you don't find it on KentuckyLiving.com, if you follow Anderson Tourism Facebook
Yes,
page, which I
they've got
do,
a link there.
that's where I saw it. And so I did the link, and there's several cities. And when I voted, you can only vote once. When I voted the other day, Anderson County was in second. We were getting beat by somebody.
Go
I can't
vote.
remember who it was.
Be
but
sure to go vote.
It wasn't. We were number 2 though. Okay. So this is a long way down the road. We're just going to make a brief mention of it. The St. Lawrence Catholic Church Harvest Fest is September the 22nd. They have lots of activities. We'll talk about that when it gets a lot closer. The take your mutt to strut for a 5K.
Yeah, the mutt strut.
Yeah, the mutt strut. I was reading all that. Take your mutt for a strut. Okay. So it's Anderson Humane Society. It's Saturday, October the 6th. Adults are $20. Kids under 18 are $10. You actually have a Strut Your Mutt dog show immediately after the race. All pets must be people and dog friendly.
Yeah, don't bring a mean one.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. Okay, so now every week we have a Woody and Dixie pet of the week because
Okay.
Woody is Tiffany's dog's name and Dixie is my dog's name.
I have a Nellie.
So she has a Nellie bug.
Yes, Nellie bug.
So her little dog is Nellie, whose favorite human is like Greg Boblet.
Yes.
Who's not
She
even
loves
his
Greg
owner.
Boblet.
Yes. Right?
Right.
Yes. Not even his owner.
I know.
But she loves her some Greg Boblet.
Yes, she does.
We don't know how that happened. Greg Boblet. We don't know how that happens. But she loves her some Greg Boblet. So, this week, so the Humane Society, we've got Sam. Sam is a 50-pound Australian Shepherd that he's already been vaccinated. He is great with other dogs and cats. And then we have Blossom. Blossom is a 4 to 6 month old bobtailed cat. She's cute. This was of her when she was younger.
Cute.
And even if you are not interested in adopting Blossom, they have lots of cats you can choose from, and dogs too, I'm sure. So we want to get them a good home. Now,
Absolutely.
okay, so let's talk about Bluegrass Energy real quick. Okay, so because I had told Denise to be prepared for this because she can rattle off numbers to me all the time. So Bluegrass Energy has how many customers in Anderson County?
We call them members because they own us.
Member of the co-op.
And we have almost 5,000 members in Anderson County.
Yes. And so how many counties does Bluegrass Energy actually cover?
We serve parts of 23 counties. We go all the way to the Ohio River and all the way down to a few members in Jackson County.
Okay.
So,
So it's all way spread out.
yes.
But
We have over 5,000 miles of power line.
okay. So our local office here is on, like you're going to Tyrone.
Right
down-
at the distillery.
Yes, like going to Wild Turkey. And you also have an office in Nicholasville.
Yes, and one in Richmond and one in Cynthiana.
Yes. And she's always going back and forth
I was
and
in
around.
Cynthiana today.
Yes. And so she does programs for the schools
Yes.
and all that good stuff. So our tip for the week, instead of a law tip for the week or your law lesson for the week, is what is the best thing that members or customers, as they may be, can be doing to save money for their electric bill?
A lot of people think you have to make a big investment to start saving energy, but you really don't. One of the best low-hanging fruits that are in homes is lighting. So if you're still using old incandescent lighting, if you switch to CFLs, but especially LEDs, you'll save a ton of money. Actually, if you go to our website, which is bgenergy.com, we have a calculator, and you can actually tell how much you could save on that.
And don't you have an app that does that for you
Yes,
too?
we also have an app. If you get your power from us, we can actually text you proactively every day what your usage is from the day before. So it'll kind of give you an idea. You'll start getting an idea of what you average, and if it spikes up really high one day, you think, oh, what changed? What different? Actually, believe it or not, I found my water heater had gone out by getting a daily text.
Oh, really?
It
Because
had
was
doubled.
charging more?
Yeah, it had doubled, and after about the third day of it doubling and doubling again, I thought, it's got to be something that's like with an element. And so I went down and looked at my water heater.
Okay.
Had water in my basement.
That's
Yeah.
not what you want to
So
come
I
home
was
to.
glad to find that after just 3 days instead of 30 days.
Okay, so is that one of the reasons why when you go to the annual meeting every year for Bluegrass Energy, I was a Bluegrass Energy member growing up my entire life.
Yes.
Because we know that you don't get a choice
That's
in who
right.
you get your electric from. It just depends on where you live. So when you chose your home to either purchase
That's right.
it or when you choose to rent there, then you're choosing who
That's
you get your
right.
electric from. So you're either getting Bluegrass Energy or KU if you live in Anderson County. So you have some kind of choice, but you don't get to really choose just by the location. So, and we went to the annual meeting every year, and you give out free light bulbs.
Yes.
So is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do the members, can they still get those? Or do they have to come to the annual meeting?
No, we give those out at annual
meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
speaking of your power, I've worked at Bluegrass almost 25 years, and we are very competitive with our neighboring utilities.
Yeah.
And that is the first time in my career that we have been that close. I mean, we are neck and neck.
So price-wise
Price-wise. And we'd like to think your service is a little better.
Yeah. Well, it is for me because I got her, and I got Sonny Chapman, who is my cousin, who's a lineman.
Yeah.
And I know Travis, who's also a lineman, and I know Russ, who's a lineman. I'm like, hey.
Yep.
That doesn't mean I get my power turned back on any faster,
That's
though.
the value of being served by an electric co-op.
Right.
Is we're local. That's what makes us special. Is we're local. We're your friends. We're your neighbors. We're the people that sit next to you at church.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to give you good service.
But that still don't mean I get my power turned on faster,
No,
right?
that's right.
Yeah, because they don't care about that. They're like,
You need to have
we're
me-
going to service the most customers first.
You need to have me back sometime to talk about how power's restored.
Okay.
Because we just had that storm.
Yes,
and people
we
kinda
did.
got upset.
Yes.
I can explain how
They were
that
really
works.
upset at KU because
Yeah.
all that damage in Woodford County.
Yeah.
So, but we won't go into that.
Okay.
So, thank you,
Thank
for
you.
helping me host today. If you want to send us an email or ask us a question or send us some information, you can contact us at lal@gmail.com. And see, Tiffany, I can do it. I just make you do it every week. So, Tiffany will be back next week, I'm sure, and we'll have more information for you. I don't think we've left anything out, Mr. Producer. We had a good turnout for the car show last week. Go Bearcats for football this week. Middle school girls basketball, which I didn't even talk about, it's already started, so good luck to them. Golf is in full swing, so
All the fall stuff's here.
yes, fall sports are here, so we'll see you next week.